thought one of the cool things that we didn't get to showcase enough on my regular show, Table Flippin' Games, is uh, other great board game adaptations that are out there for everyone to play and check out. So there's some great games that have been translated into digital form that are really cool, and then there's some games like I played a little bit of Slay the Spire that have been heavily influenced by board game, card game mechanics, and those are really amazing to check out too. Mostly, I've been focused around, and basically why I got excited about doing this separate stream was the Lord of the Rings now adventure card game instead of living card game. Although it's interesting because even the title on, well, I guess I have my window open, and I can see a little pop up on my when I have the card game open. It's such a new change that they haven't even changed all the naming conventions everywhere. But if you go onto Steam, the game has now been changed to Adventure Card Game, Lord of the Rings Adventure Card Game instead of Living Card Game. I think that's an interesting change. That's one of the big pieces of news that they talked about that's happened as they've rebranded the game with a different name. I'm thinking, I don't know. This is just my initial thoughts. They're going to explain it on apparently they're having a Twitch stream coming up on June 19th, and they'll be talking about what's behind the name change. But I'm almost thinking that some of it might be because of the fact that it's not really going to be similar to the living card game model. I have a feeling basically how that works is Fantasy Flight Games has several games out that are living card games. They have Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Arkham Horror, and Legend of the Five Rings. And I'm not sure if they have another, but these games are all not collectible card games like Magic. For the booster packs, you don't have to spend a lot of money. It's not about having the most money or buying really expensive cards online. Everybody buys the same pack, gets the same things, resources, cards to start their decks with, and it's all about the mental game and strategy of building a deck. And for some of their games, they're competitive, but then they actually are one of the few companies that makes living card games or any kind of collectible card game that are actually cooperative, which is one of the game. This is one of the reasons why I love this particular game, Lord of the Rings, and of course Arkham Horror is pretty amazing too, even though it's brutally hard. It's so hard that I've often had a hard time talking groups into continuing to play it once we get to a point where we lose, which is pretty much almost all the time. Um, if you talk about the big picture campaign, there's quite a bit of loss that's involved there. Um, but it's interesting that they're changing the name and kind of rebranding it. I think that's kind of separating themselves a little bit more from the physical card game, which I hope might be a good thing. Maybe they've got some ideas that they're gonna take in a different direction. Um, there are some things I love about the living card game, like the fact that it's not about buying money. It's not about how much money you have, or you can't buy the best decks here. Everybody has the opportunity. I mean, obviously, there's a lot to buy. You can spend a lot of money, but you're not necessarily going to have the best deck or an advantage over someone else if you have a ton of extra money. And then I think it's really easy for new people to jump in, so they don't really have a tactic where they're going to give only a very few people a very rare card that's going to give them a huge advantage of the game in the game. Basically, new players can kind of purchase in as much as they want, and then they'll have a pretty good, you know, if you have more cards, you're going to have a little bit more of an advantage for deck building, but it's not a huge advantage. The other thing I like about there are some things I don't like about the living card game system. For one thing, I wish Fantasy Flight's model was not as quick as it is. Arkham Horror, for example, is their newest. Well, no, Legend of the Five Rings is their newest card game, but I'm not a big competitive card game player, so I don't really play that one. But when Arkham came out, I bought everything that came out, and I played most of it. But after the Dunwich expansion came out, I had a hard time keeping up, and so you just eventually kind of fall behind, and you might buy more every once in a while, but I can't keep up with the pricing model. They come out with a new booster encounter set almost every month or every other month, and it can become really expensive. There's some people who break down the price, how much you're going to spend if you buy into it, and it's pretty expensive. And I did the same thing with the Lord of the Rings card game. It's very expensive if as you start to purchase more and more of the adventure stuff, and so it's kind of a nickel and dime type thing. That it gets really expensive, you don't realize how much you've spent. It is a fun game, and so is this one for sure. So I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to turn out. They also announced another piece of news that they've announced is that they're going to be coming out with very soon with the next encounter. And already, it's even this game. It's in early access. It's overwhelming. I haven't even played the last encounter yet, and they're already coming out with the new encounter mount. I think it's something about Gundabad. Gundabad. I'd be saying it wrong. Um, Gundabad Awoken, and it's going to be coming out July 23rd. So those are the big pieces of news. They also have been advertising quite a bit that there's a Discord channel you can join to find players and talk about deck builds and things like that. So there's a lot of really cool stuff they're trying to set up and get started. So I'm really interested in how it's evolving. It is still in early access, so everything can still change quite a bit. And so it's pretty interesting, all the different things they're doing. I've noticed they've added quite a few changes just to the user interface, the different menu systems. Looks like there's, you can customize your card backs, your emotes, and player tags all in a specialized section of the main menu now, rather than have it being kind of like a obscure, kind of smaller link to it. So what I had been doing lately, because they've made so many significant changes, quality of life changes, is I kind of went back in. One of the big things that they did is they started a new Prelude campaign, and this Prelude campaign is the new tutorial. You won't have a single quest tutorial anymore. It's now a 5-quest campaign, which is really cool. And I played through all of them. I got to the 5th one, and then in that quest, they actually had a split, a fork in the road. And so I'm going to go back through and play this really quickly. I'm going to put it on narrative so we can go through as quickly as possible. But I am interested in seeing what the other fork in the road, the other the other path would have led me down. The path I chose, which was the first path, I've tried to find another way or continue on or something like that. Whatever the first choice was, we'll find out. But I ended up fighting a giant bat as a head boss. I'm going to be playing with... What was my... It might have been this Leadership Hustle deck I made. So I'm going to go ahead and play with the deck. Now what's cool is in the tutorial, if you watched last time...
The festive mood in Bjorn's hall is broken when Glowin and Gimli burst in.
We'll kind of skip this.
First, the celebrants laugh at the news that Bilbo has lost his pack, but sober up when Glowin growls,
"There's nothing funny about spiders on the move in Mirkwood."
As Glowin departs to rejoin his friend, some rebels
looks like
share a
Bilbo.
look. He's right.
They're trying to aid him, and now they're trying to just survive the spider attack.
I will go and look on the halls of Durin.
I am Arwen, Elrond's daughter.
We do not escape the shadows of these tunnels.
So it was really cool in the tutorial. They actually show you the deck building process. They go into the menus, they show you how it works, and that's the actual part of that adventure. And then you use that deck when you play that for the first time. After you play it the first time, then you can go back in and play at different difficulties and choose a different deck. This is a pretty good hand, although I'm going to get rid of the Rohirrim Lancer, the Veteran Axe Hand. Those are kind of a little bit more expensive. And I would keep the Axe Hand if I didn't have a guard. So we'll kind of go with that. Okay, I've got to rescue Gloin. He also got captured, apparently. No, he's in my group. Maybe I'm just rescuing him. I just came upon him where he's being attacked by these spiders. I got to get him out of here. So I got to defeat 4 spider units or every enemy in play. Okay. So I did notice that I don't have more resources. So I'm playing on narrative. I need to re-look up what that means if I play on narrative mode. It used to be that I had more resources per turn than Sauron, but I don't think that's the case anymore. So I can give someone healing. I might end up giving all of these cards, but I'll definitely get the guard out. So he comes out with guard, so he'll be attacked first. And then that, of course, gives Gimli extra damage. So I'll put Gloin on guard. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's right. I got to right click on these guys now. Oh, apparently Gloin can't be guard. Can't pick guard. Okay. I mean, I'll have Gimli guard. He is going to just be an attacker this round anyway. Okay. And then at this point, I can...
I am Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
Alright, so I killed one of the spiders. One of the 3 I needed. I've got 3 left. Okay, he's played a treachery card. I think I'm going to play a prep card, but it might cancel. Yep. Oh, I have to discard a random card. Okay. Ah. I was hoping to use that extra resource. Okay, so we got another spider. But he's exhausted because of my prep card. So the question is, I could put healing on someone. I'm not sure who I want to do that on. I suppose I could put it on Aragorn, since he has a feature to unexhaust. Yeah, let me get rid of so I gotta kill 2 more spiders. Okay, so I could either attack... or... Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. Since he's done, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can give myself a little bit more, a couple more resources. And then play Mithrander's Advice, which will give me 2 more cards. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to give this to Gimli. So now he's got huge damage. I'm going to exhaust my friend Gloin here to get Gimli back up. And then now he can take out...
I shall claim full amends for every fall and stopped toe.
Yeah. So I've got to kill 1 more spider. I don't think I'm going to be able to... Even if I brought Aragorn back, I think I'm going to give Aragorn the self-preservation. Then that way he can guard and heal himself a little bit. So I'm going to heal the Citadel Guard so he can take another hit and still survive. Ooh, I can give someone else self-preservation. Well, I wish I could look at my deck. I can't remember if I have a... I'm sure that I put a brooch in that would give me surge, because I would always include those. Sneak attack is interesting, because I don't have to worry about him. I don't have to worry about getting attacked. So let's go ahead and see what sneak attack brings us out.
The light of Arundel's star.
Okay, so it takes my threat down. So she can't attack, so I'll go ahead and start working on the Elven guide, Elven Scout. Okay, so we got a new spider. I will have Gloin take care of that.
We have not been idle.
Okay, so I do need to travel this time. Ooh. Got a big guy, but I've got my own big guy.
My axe is restless in my hands.
And then, yeah, he's got to pass. There's nothing for him to do. So we'll have her contribute. He needs to attack.
I serve the steward of Gondor.
Go ahead and have Aragorn help me get out the scout.
There is a veiling shadow
Okay.
that some power lays upon the land.
So range will help me ignore guards, plus he does a huge amount of attack for an ally. I'm almost thinking about giving him the self-preservation because I can't guard with Gloin. I think I'm going to do that. So then he'll stay healed up. I've got two guys that are healing up all the time. And I'll go ahead and travel. Oh, I forgot that she only stayed for a little bit. Okay, so this is where I took the fork in the road. The first time I went back the way I came to go back to Bjorn's Hall, or I can try to find another route. Perhaps there's safety in the woods, so let's see what happens.
With the threat of the spiders momentarily abated, you stopped to catch your breath. When you entered the woods, you had no clear plan, and with the news of Bilbo's abduction, it is clear that you should now return to the hall and organize a proper expedition before attempting a rescue. You prepare to embark on this course of action when you hear the nearby howl of wolves. First spiders, and now wolves. Has the whole of Mirkwood risen up against you? Running down the old forest road simply won't do. You decide your best chance is to find a path straight through the woods. Running through the darkness, you leave the wolves behind while navigating the maze of branches, roots, and leaves. Before long, you are hopelessly lost, and soon after, you hear the now familiar sounds of chitinous creatures dropping from the trees to surround you. You evaded the wolves, only to stumble into a den of more spiders.
Now, I may be being too nerdy, but I believe it's chitinous, not chitinous. But hey, I'm just a lowly English teacher. That's okay. It's still really, I actually really like the narration that they have. So this seems kind of similar to the bat. Well, I'm trying to remember if this was exactly the same. I remember there were a bunch of hazards, and instead of wolves, I suddenly ran into bats. Resolve every hazard to find your way through the Mirkwood Forest. Okay, so these are hazards I can actually allocate my wisdom toward, although I don't have a lot of great wisdom. Ooh, something sapped his resources. Oh, they sapped mine too. So I can heal somebody. I'm going to heal my guard. So unfortunately, well, he can survive now. Yeah, because I'm glad I healed him, because he can survive what's out here. So let's see what the hazards are, which one I want to get rid of first. End of round, reduce each player's hand to 3 cards. That's not bad because I only have 1. End of round, gain a threat. That's not great. Basically, the threat event that's coming up in a couple of rounds is that I'm going to get threat at the end of every round, so basically 2 threat per turn until I travel. That needs to go away first. Sauron gets an extra resource. Reduce each card draw by 1 for each player. Okay, so that's why I don't think I got an extra card. Okay. So I got the first shot blocked, so I should probably work on... I'll see who he attacks me with first. I'm hoping he'll attack me with... Well, actually I know he will probably attack me with non-guard. I could have, because my Elven Scout has range, I could attack this second guy, forcing the other guy to attack the guard of the Citadel. Yeah, I think I'll start
For
that
the
way.
Elden King.
Yeah. Okay. So now, oh, I guess we got our, that's strange. Got my resources back. Not sure why it took away that money. It's strange. Okay, so at this point I'm waiting for him to place something. I definitely want to work on... I definitely need to work on reducing the threat.
A gift I will give you.
I wish she had Surge, but... Okay, so they just gave him +2 damage, so I probably should try to get rid of him. I mean, Gimli is a smart choice, but I still don't want to do anything. I am going to be able to bring Aragorn back. So I think what I'll do is I'll take away his ability to get extra resources next round. So I'm going to have Aragorn work on this.
I will.
Brings out some bats. They're flying, so I can't attack them. Well, I think it's time for the Citadel Guard to help out one last time.
For the White City!
Alright. Now Gloin can help finish. Oh, let's see what we have for Fate. Apply 1 progress per player to every hazard. Okay, so that would basically... That's even better. I'm glad I noticed that right before, because I would have just applied 1 willpower to this one hazard, but I'm actually going to be able to apply 3 to 3 different hazards. So we'll do that. Okay, so I think he just played a auto threat gain. Okay, so I got these within striking distance. Aragorn can take out 1 more, because I'll be able to bring him back. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the Veteran Axe Hand out.
My axe swings too.
See what Sauron brings out. Deal 1 damage to every exhausted character. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so I'll bring Aragorn back. I'm still waiting to see if he's going to play anything else. Any other enemies, because I'm saving Gimli for that. Otherwise, I can get these last 2 hazards here. He passed. Okay.
My axe is restless.
So I'll just finish the hazards. And I'll be able to travel, so I won't even have to worry about the spider. Alright.
Trampling through the woods grows increasingly difficult. You feel confident that you are heading in the general direction of Bjorn's Hall, but without landmarks or the stars to guide you in the thick of the forest, you begin to doubt your senses. Making your way forward as carefully as possible, the woods around you become eerily silent. You ease into a small clearing, filled with the debris of a hastily abandoned camp. Before you can make even a cursory examination, you hear the approaching sound of something. Is it more wolves? More spiders? Or something worse?
An unknown mystery. Ooh, okay, so we've got a wolf boss, and the other final boss is a bat boss. Search the abandoned camp to learn what happened here. So this is not the final... I don't think it said final phase, so I think we've got 1 more stage after this. Alright, so I gotta heal somebody. I will probably heal Arwen. Well, that's right, he's got his own self-preservation. Why is Gimli... taking so many hits, I wonder. Okay, so I've got to gather some clues to share back at Bjorn's Hall at the abandoned camp. I'm looking for Bilbo still. This obstacle is keeping you from engaging. Okay, so I've got a blocked path I've got to clear before I can do the normal objective. I've got some bat swarms here and a wolf that'll pursue me to the ends of the earth. Alright, so I'm going to start off making the axe hand my new guard. And of course that brought in some new bats. But that of course makes Gimli 5'10". Or 5 attack. Huh. I guess I will make Gimli my new guard. Because the wolf will kill himself attacking me, which he did. Now the bats. Okay. I'll have Aragorn. He definitely can't attack, so I'll have him guard. Okay. I can always bring him back, but at this point I can start working on the objective. What's our new fate? Restore 2 health to every character. Okay.
Mine is the choice of Luthien.
Ooh, got another big guy. Well, I will put the Elven Scout on guard this time. And then I'm still thinking he could bring out another enemy. So I will bring out the veteran axe
My
here.
axe swings too.
Okay, so he brought out a hazard. Gets a resource every round. I'm assuming he's going to pass at this point. So we'll go ahead and use that power. Oh, I can't work on that one till, yeah.
We do not escape the
Okay, so now I can, now the other hazards and the other hazard and the other objective are unlocked. Ugh, he just gained 2 hit points back. So he's definitely done for the round, so I think I'm just going to have...
If by life or death I can save you, I will.
I'm just going to have these guys work on the hazard. I should be able to kill that wolf right away. Gimli. Okay, so I've got I could finish off this wolf right away. Might as well do that.
For the Elden King.
So he just gained a bunch of resources. So for now, we'll have Arwen work on the path, or the searching the camp. Okay. I need to have Aragorn. He's got self-preservation also, so I need to have him guard. Okay. We'll have finish up the searching. So at this point I'll need to travel, otherwise there'll be looming shadow. So he'll, at the end of round, creature of darkness, he's going to get a threat if I don't finish him off. I mean, I should. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to bring Aragorn back. We're going to work on this fate event just to give ourselves a little bit more points. Oh! Reduce each card draw. Okay, so I'm going to travel, so that's going to go away. No problem. And I'll probably have Gimli finish off the birds. Okay, figured he was going to pass. So, yeah, I'll King's Foil now. Everybody's healed back. Except for Gimli, he's only missing one though. So I'll have Arwen heal him. So I just need to have Gimli
I will go
finish the
and look on
birds.
the halls of Durin.
I have a feeling... Oh no, I can bring in one more fella. So I can give extra willpower to a character by bringing the map maker out. Let's see. Maybe that'll be useful. Oh nope, I gotta kill somebody to do that. So I'm not gonna, or discard someone anyway.
You evade the pursuing pack.
Hey Joe.
And can soon make
Hey,
out
hero.
the lights of Bjorn's Hall in the distance. Your sense of danger ebbs for the moment, with thoughts of food, drink, and a warm fire sustaining you as you plan a proper rescue of Bilbo. You discover that layers of webs bar your way forward as you hear the now familiar noise of encroaching spiders, along with a new sound, the onrush of many tiny wings and the screech of bats. First spiders and now bats. A fat spider drops down in front of the wall of webs, challenging your progress as the cacophonous mass of bats draws near. If that wasn't enough, you hear the distant sound of wolves. Truly, Mirkwood is filled with dangers this night.
Ooh. All right. So it's interesting that the path branches really early in this particular campaign or quest. Final encounter: resolve wall of webs to break through the spider's trap. Okay, that's cool. So definitely very different two scenarios. Yeah, so there were two different scenarios, or maybe even three, as a result of the path branching. So you really did get a lot of replayability. I love having a full army. Of course, who wouldn't? Okay, so plus, so the threat that happened, every enemy gets +2 health. I should have waited. That's okay. We like a little challenge here. Okay. So they have a bunch of guys on guard. They don't really have a lot of heavy hitters, so I'm doing pretty well. I'm just going to put my axe hands on guard to start off with. Eat up the big damage. Now I'm just taking 1 damage, whoever's left. I really don't have any reason to bring out any new people yet. So I've got a location-specific event. Deal 2 damage to every enemy. Equip spike trap to every enemy. Okay. So I trigger the hunting traps. That seems like a good idea. I'm going to have to use everything I got to do it, though. Okay, so I will put one more heavy hitter who can't contribute to fate on guard. Takes him out. So we whittled him down a little bit. So let's see. She definitely needs to help out with threat, or with fate. So I need 4 more. Okay. Still got 1 guy to attack with. Man, I wish I could do 1 more. Why not? Why can't I do 6 damage instead of 5? Alright, so I'm going to have him contribute to fate. I really want to see this trap, so I'm just going to eat. I'm going to eat some damage. Bring Aragorn back. And then have him... Ooh, Vicious War. +1 versus a wounded target, so I gotta watch out him taking damage. Let's see what happens when they get in this spike trap, though. So everybody takes the 2 that they got from the Fate event. Now they've all got spike trap. So every enemy, every upkeep, they're going to take 1 damage. So the warg will die. Oh, well, he's got to die now, or he's going to attack somebody wounded. Alright, so we got rid of him. And that leaves us with no plays from Sauron. And these guys are going to die pretty quickly. So I really need to attack the ones that have a lot of hit points, obviously.
I shall claim full amends for every fall and stopped too.
Let's get everybody healed back up. Let's do 1 to every character. Now my heroes are at full strength. I have a couple guys that are missing 1 hit point, but not too big of a deal. I've still got 3 resources, but I'm going to save those for next round. So I believe that there's a restriction on the objective. It's locked, and I believe it's until I kill the spider guards. And every upkeep, a new spider guard is going to come into play. So I got to go after the ones that don't have traps that are slowly destroying them. Oof, another dwarven axe. Well, that's got to go on Gloin. Let's start off with the same 2 guardians. At this point, stuff should start dying off by attacking my people. Or get really close. We'll have him go on the guard. And I guess we'll have Aragorn guard because he can heal. And now we're just kind of waiting for a new guy. I'm sure there'll be a new guy. And when he dies, he'll summon a hatchling spider. Oh no, that's an arrival. So he summons a hatchling spider. I'll get rid of the big guy.
We have not been idle.
Alright. So I can't do anything until these guards are out. So I'll go ahead and bring Aragorn back. He can take out...
I am Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
I think I gotta take out all these guards. I think they're all spider guards, yeah.
My axe is restless in my hands.
A gift I will give you.
Alright, sad to have Arwen attacking, but, you know, she can. She's got that cool sword. Alright. I really don't want to play any of these cards. Alright. So we'll finish it next round. Although he is going to bring a spider out. The upkeep will. We'll heal Elven friend. So Gloin can take him out now.
Groin, at your service.
Alright. I should just be able to rush this objective. +1 threat every time I play a card. Okay, well, I'm not going to play a card.
Mine is the choice of Luthien.
Okay, he's got a treachery prepared.
I am Aragorn, son
I'm
of
just going
Aragorn.
to kind of run down the clock.
Elendil.
And the end.
Having fought through the onslaught of the creatures of Mirkwood, you and your companions have returned to the comfort of Bjorn's Hall. Though you survived your ordeal, Bilbo remains missing. The time has come to gather a fellowship and re-enter the forest to rescue the old hobbit. This concludes the Prelude campaign. Armed with a good understanding of gameplay, you can now quest forth across Middle-earth in confidence. If you remain unsure about anything, worry not. You can replay any of the individual tutorial quests at any time to refresh your memory. We encourage you to replay this or future quests with different fellowships and card deck combinations. With practice comes skill and additional rewards, which you may use to unlock new cards or cosmetic items such as card backs, avatars, or player frames. Go
Cool.
forth and farewell.
Yeah, it's a great ending. They kind of tell you what's up next, what you should do next, and it's a great lead into the first campaign. Let's see if I got anything different. All right, so I just got some completion awards. Ooh, I got a player avatar, Elven Scout. And I love these quest challenges. See, I could have played 10 allies. Use glowing to remove a shadow attachment. I could have done that too. I think there was, yeah, he had a couple of shadow attachments. I really didn't have, I keep forgetting about that ability of glowings. I know they have kind of a glow whenever there's an ability you can use. I keep forgetting about that one. I should have done that one to remove some of those attachments. But sometimes if an attachment isn't really going to affect, like I think he put a couple on like right as I was getting ready to travel. I just didn't really think about it. Ooh, so I got a daily challenge. Play 20 unique ally cards. All right. So that's the tutorial. There's not really much else to see there. Of course, you can play it on harder difficulty. Narrative is the easiest if you just want to kind of see the story, adventure, and then challenge. I'm not really sure. I need to look up what the difference is now. It used to be they used to give you more or less resources, or maybe your resources were the same. It was Sauron's resources that adjusted depending on the difficulty. But now it's something else. So let's take a look. Let's see. So if you play the tutorial, obviously the next logical progression in the story, which actually goes directly into the ending where Bilbo is kidnapped, basically leads right into our Shadows Reach campaign, which I think is going to be different. We'll see. I know that there's been some adjustments. I'm going to choose a different deck. I'm going to bring my Spore Master deck, which is the one I've been playing since it's been a while. I'm going to bring the Spore Master deck to get it back into practice for whenever we get some more co-op gaming going on with Jofos. I'm going to try to go through these quests, and then eventually, when we get back to a point where we'll do some more co-op, I'm also going to be taking a look at the second campaign, which Jofos and I are just finishing up the first campaign, another couple quests, and we'll be finished, and then we'll be ready to hit that new campaign. I'm really excited about trying that out. There's also still one encounter that I haven't played, A Feast for Trolls. Lots of stuff left to do, but we're getting ready to start the Shadows Reach Addercop, first quest, Addercop. An anguished Gloin arrives at Bjorn's Hall with dreadful news. A great spider has captured Bilbo. He beseeches a hardy band of adventurers to help rescue his dear friend. I'm going to bring it up to adventure, make it a little bit more challenging.
After arriving at Bjorn's Hall, You've learned the famous Bilbo Baggins was taken by Mirkwood spiders mere hours ago. Without hesitation, you volunteer to find and retrieve the hobbit, hopefully before he's consumed, or worse. And so you find yourself before Greenwood the Great, that the wary and the wise call Mirkwood. A sleeping evil once inhabited the Greenwood, but was purged many years ago. The forest has since known a period of peace and the return of wholesome life. As the shadows now gather under the trees, you sense a foulness on the air. You fear evil may have returned to this realm.
Alright. So it looks like I'm going after...
You begin to search for clues as to which direction the spiders took Bilbo. There are ample signs of recent struggle in the small glade, and several of the hobbit's possessions are strewn about. After a few moments, you notice a gleam of metal on the forest floor. Perhaps a sign. You're about to investigate, as several giant spiders creep into the glade. They don't seem at all interested in assisting the search. Quite the contrary.
Oh.
Mine is the choice of Luthien.
Do what you will, but I will hinder it if I may.
My old Toby's favorite pipe.
Alright, so starting hand, definitely want to get rid of the record keeper, although he's going to be someone I do want later. I don't need both Narias. I don't need to heal right away, so I'll go ahead and hopefully get some allies. Okay, I got some healing. And these guys, once they've healed, they help out with guarding. Defeat every enemy in this stage, or resolve Glint of Steel, which is this 8 challenge willpower. Okay, so the trick is, with Tom, I always want to use his power first, and he'll stop the attack. And right now, that's about all I can do. So I am going to take 2 damage from somebody, but it's possible that if I put this Star Brooch on Eowyn, that she could attack twice and kill both of these other spiders. So I'm going to be taking 2 damage no matter what. I think it'll be worth it. And I can bring out a caregiver to heal that damage. Okay. I figured it'd be her. And now she can attack twice.
Do what you will, but I will hinder it if I may.
She'll get another attack. I'll bring out a caregiver. Obviously heal Eowyn.
Welcome to Rivendell.
And if he plays another enemy, nope, he just gave Stalwart to. Okay, so I gotta kill him. That's a good plan anyway, because he's the only one within range. So I want to keep him from guarding, guarding. Let's see, we've got Fate, we got some, probably Limbus bread. Oh, they even tell you what the card is now. I guess maybe if you've played this adventure already. So yeah, I'm going to get some Limbus. I can exhaust some spiders. That might be good. And I can summon Gloin. All things worthwhile. So I think I'll have Arwen work on Fate. Sometimes I hesitate working on Fate first, but it always pays off in the long run to get everything out, get Gloin out. So we still got 2 more Fate. Or 2 more resources. I'm worried it's going to play something. Okay, well, let's have Eowyn contribute her fate. Okay, we got the hatching spider. I think I'm going to do something a little risky here. I think it will attack Eowyn. I have no resources left. So I either put him on guard and he takes the one hit, or... Yeah, I'm going to do it. He'll probably attack Eowyn, but that's okay. Oh no, attack Tom. Alright, so I'm going to bring Gloin out. Gloin's conscience gnaws at him in the comfort of Bjorn's house. Bilbo was abducted while strolling to meet him, Gloin, because he'd been late arriving. To make matters worse, strangers were now risking their lives over his failure. Something in him gives, and Gloin makes up his mind. Age be damned, he knows enough of woodlore to find the trail of the brave strangers, and his axe is sharp enough to hew a few more spiders. So he was at the hall and just kind of caught up with us later.
We have not been idle.
In my story, he catches up really fast. Okay, so I can kill one guy. Man, I want to get rid of these guys that do 2 damage, but... we'll have to settle
We do not escape the shadows of these times.
for a smaller guy. Oof, that's a bad... Perfect time to play that. So he gets an extra threat. Okay, so I can heal somebody. They're both just, well, they're both just missing one. Yeah, let's heal Tom. Okay, well, good. I can reduce threat with that card. Okay, so I will have Tom use his power. Oh, he attacked with someone smaller that time. Interesting. I think he's getting smarter. Well, and I think he knew that this guy would die. So, getting a little bit wiser there. Okay, so I could put Gloin on... I could put Gloin on defense. Then I'll put the caregiver on defense. Arwen will definitely work on
Mine is the
hazard.
choice of Luthien.
At the end of the round, he's going to reduce everybody's hand to 3 cards, so I guess I got to take care of that.
Do what you will, but I will hinder it if I may.
Okay, so we got the birds. I'll put... I don't want to put Eowyn on guard. I'll bring out the caregiver. Heal Eowyn back up.
To Rivendell.
Ah, so he's exhausted. Ugh. That's alright. I think I will draw a card so I can kind of start planning for the next round. Okay, got Stalwart, another Stalwart, which is great. Okay. Sauron passes. Okay. This is going to exhaust 2 spider units. So I think that might be worth it. This first stage is always the hardest. Yeah, he does need his fate payment for coming in to help. But the question is, do I want to use this Attercop right now, or do I want to use it later? think I'll get the spiders down to a little bit more manageable level. So I can heal. I'll heal Arwen. So I'll have Tom take out the first guy's attack. So he's attacking with the big guy again this time. Not sure why he changed up last time. I will have Caregiver block. Now at this point, giving Arwen a star bridge would be smart, just because I can double hit all the willpower. I think I'll do that. I'm also worried he's going to play an event, so I'm going to, well, no, I need to handle my business. Ooh, this is not a good amount of attack here. I guess we'll have Gloin. I hate getting the willpower down that low. So I do worry that he's going to play an event, so I'm going to prepare a cancellation of that. Nope, another spider. Ugh. I mean, I guess I should guard. So Gloin doesn't take more damage. The nice thing is, I think I can take this objective out and get out of here, and I won't have to worry about any of these enemies. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get the Limbus, but that's not a huge
Mine
deal.
is the choice of Luthien. A gift I will give you.
Lying on the forest floor is a small elven blade, beautiful, strong, and light. This must be Bilbo's sword Sting, a valuable treasure. Alright, so we'll go ahead and travel. I don't think any of these losers can follow us. It's just a good idea, just simply because there's so many enemies.
Must have been clear during the first moments after his capture. You noticed that he slid his sword along the undergrowth as he was hauled away. When the spider's poison immobilized him, he must have dropped Sting. Encouraged, you venture into the shadowy green-grey wilderness that is Mirkwood.
The small cocoon is dropped before the lady.
Eat it, milady. Scrumptious it is. Tasty, sweet.
The skinny creature squeals in pleasure and anticipation, jumping to and fro on arms and legs as if a spider himself. The creature gives the cocoon a kick.
False it is. Battles. Trickster. Thief. Cheater. Eats it. Eats it.
The enormous spider moves to hover over the cocoon. Spear-sized mandibles emerge slowly from its dripping maw.
Suck it to bounces, milady. No hangings or dryings needed. Not like tough dwarfs or tricky elves. Sweet and juicy habbities. Just leave closes, milady. For precious is in its pockets, my precious.
The spider monstrosity is about to delve into her needle when a sudden noise is heard from the edge of the lair. Flapping its hands nervously and bobbing its scrawny neck,
Don't listen to woodsy noises, milady. Eat, while habit warms us.
Someone has arrived, and the spiders move to greet them.
For hours you delve into the menacing forest. Thorny undergrowth and sticky crawlers grab at you as if with minds of their own. A subtle change in the echo of the wood heralds a change in scenery, and you soon come upon a dark, gurgling stream. While the watery smells and soothing sounds relax you, you've been warned not to trust any water in Mirkwood, save for that gathered from fresh rain. The spiders must have crossed the stream by traversing the canopies above, but how will you cross? A nearby dead tree may be the answer. You attempt to push at the dry trunk, hoping for it to fall and bridge the stream. Unfortunately, your efforts attract the local wildlife.
Of course. Alright, gotta find a way across the stream. Another blocked path, keeping me from completing the main part of the objective, which is a 6 value willpower objective to push over a tree. So I gotta heal somebody, needs to be Ewan. Okay. So I definitely want Tom. Block some heavy hits. It is really hard to get along without Gimli and that big, powerful damage he does. Alright. So we're getting close on threat. What's the next? Summon a brood elder. So spider. We'll have our caregiver help defend a little bit. Unfortunately, the bad thing about defending with them is that they don't reciprocate damage, so unfortunately. Well, I think I will have to have him finish
You need
helping.
not worry about anything.
The ultimate help. So who should I give Sting to? Someone who's fighting regularly, probably Gloin. Yay! So he was going to play an attach. He spent a lot to do that too. And my prep card helped me out. That was a huge help. That really hurts. So I think I might end up getting rid of some threat this round and drawing some cards. He's probably not going to do anything else. What do we have? Fate events. Each player gains a honeycomb. Let's see what that is. Remove pursuit from every enemy or restore 2 health. Doing okay on health. I can still exhaust some spider units. And I can gain some Mirkwood water. Those are all really good. I'll go ahead and start working on...
Gloin, at your service.
I wanted to kill that guy first because he spawns more Hummer horns. I don't have any allies. It's kind of worrying me that I haven't gotten any new allies yet. I'm running out of options here. I think I'll work on the Mirkwood water. Okay, so that exhausts an enemy. It's not bad. I don't need to do this event because there are no spiders out right now. But I might want to get some honeycomb. So let's do that. So that's pretty much it for fate events. Unless I see a huge number of spiders jump in. let's decrease our threat. And then let's get some cards. Whew. Okay, this record keeper will be good. So I'm gonna start working on this
I
hazard.
will give you. I am Arwen, Elrond's daughter.
Oh, Elrond's daughter. Are you Elrond's daughter? Alright. Heal someone. Glowing might need a little bit more. So I'll have Thomas Tick. Block some damage. Gloin now has the ability to finish this guy. But man, I'm a little worried about him bringing out somebody heavy. Well, I'll be able to bring out some help. But I will also be able to finish off. If somebody takes damage, I'll be able to finish off this objective. So... yeah, maybe I'll do that.
We do not escape the shadows of these times.
Ah, so I can't do any objectives. And nobody took any damage. Dang it, I should have guarded instead of... Well, he'll bring out an enemy, hopefully. So for right now, Arwen's the only one who's got great willpower. But I'm going to bring out the Outrider, because he's actually more helpful if the objective hasn't been... Nobody's touched the objective yet. Alright, Muckadder attacks the character with the lowest hit points. So this will be a big waste for him. If I put him on guard.
How may I serve?
And then he'll actually have 3 willpower
We must stand
because it's
together.
a new objective. There's one of those attachments that I should have gotten rid of. Or should now with Gloin. I wonder if that's an achievement on this quest or not. Okay, well he's definitely not doing anything else. So I need to pump some fate up. Nobody has pursuit. So I think we'll just
Do
kind of
what you
finish
will,
out.
but I will hinder it if I may.
So I gotta travel. But before I do... I should play this honeycomb on Gloin. Get him healed back up. Alright. We have so much threat, we won't need it. So we'll travel.
The dead tree falls across the stream with a splintery crack. You use the fallen trunk to step across, careful to not slip. What could cause wild creatures to attack so? Perhaps the corrupted stream is their main source of water. As you jump off the trunk on the far side, a deep rumble greets you. For a brief moment you wonder what could make such a sound, but only for a brief moment. For out of the shadows shambles an enormous black bear. It roars. The sound is staggering. It fills the air like a living thing, terrifying and primordial. The impact of the roar sends you reeling backwards, almost into the stream. It charges, an avalanche of fur, teeth, and claws.
Ooh, okay, so this is the one that has like the extra stage where you have to fight this guy and you're like, oh, I thought this was over, and it's not. And then there's another, I think there's like 4 stages to this quest. It's always surprising. I always think everything's going to be 3. Alright, so let's get Ewan. Now at this point all my heroes are full. I love this stage too, because Tom is perfect for it. How can any big guy resist? Especially because he doesn't have Stalwart. If he had Stalwart, that'd be different. Unfortunately, he doesn't, so he can't do anything about me. Oh, let's get Grimbjorn out to help out. We love Grimbjorn. And he does have Stalwart. He is a bear with Stalwart. Okay. So I get an action. Okay, so I still got the Addercop, but I don't have any spiders out right now. Ready 1 character for each player, deal a damage to each. Okay, so I can ready a character, but they take damage, I think, is the gist of that. Glowing only does extra damage to spiders. And I've got the Mirkwood Water, I can still exhaust him. And the Minstrel heals every time an enemy is defeated. Oh, so many choices. I think I'm going to get the Record Keeper out just because I can protect him really well. And that extra card draw is going to be awesome. Okay, so he's got an extra damage attachment. I hate to use Gloin for this because he does some extra damage, but oh, I have to have resources to do that. Okay, so next round. Actually, I think I might even be able to finish him this round. So this objective is new. Is it for hazards? I'm assuming this is also for hazards. Yes. Okay. So objectives, or a hazard is a subset of an objective. So I can't play any more allies, which is okay. I wasn't planning on it. Ready 1 character for each player. Okay. So I'll keep that in mind in the future here. You have to take a damage, though. I'm pretty sure I can finish him off. So we'll have Grimbjorn take his first hit. Okay, so he finished with a treachery card, so I'm just not going to play anything else from my hand. And then that way the hazard won't take effect, his treachery won't take effect. I don't know that I'll be able to finish.
Klein, at your service.
No, I'm not going to be able to finish. Unless I use the fate event and bring back somebody. Might be worth it, though. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so he took a damage, which made Ewan pop up as far as her willpower. That's great. Okay, so Grimbjorn can attack again. My lowly little guy. Alright. So, once again, a really easy quest stage. They might need to tweak this. Although Tom, this is an area where Tom is really good at. Just single boss fights. Let's see. So I should have her contribute to fate and then just travel. Oh, she's got surge. Yes. I should have taken care of that hazard for one of them because you get extra points for that, but oh well.
Before the monotony of the forest claws at you again, you come upon a sudden clearing. The sluggish breeze and one grey light of the dell are a welcome change from the humid twilight of the forest. On the far side of the clearing, you spy what you've been looking for. A group of large spiders hovering over a tightly wound cocoon. It's time for a rescue.
Nice. Okay. Final encounter. Finally. Defeat 6 enemy units or defeat every enemy in play currently. So here's where I'd want to use that fate event. Oh. Summon a Brood Elder. End of round, +1 health to every spider, so he's got to die first. Who am I going to heal? Grimbjorn, probably. Ooh, I got a Forest Snare. Okay, so first thing we got to do is exhaust some spiders. We'll pick the guys who do 3 damage. Now we have to deal with a lot less damage, thankfully. I don't want to Forest Snare this guy because I think even if I Forest Snare him, he's still gonna. It's gonna trigger still. So I need to get rid of somebody else. But I think I'm gonna wait. Wait to play any cards just yet. Okay, so let's have. Oh, yes, we want Tom to use his power. To tank. Reverse tank. He still exhausts who he attacks. Oh yeah, that's true, Joe. That bear does exhaust. So he really only gets to act maybe once or twice though. So I guess Tom really helps to minimize that. But yes, he would attack someone and exhaust them. So that would still be a little debilitating. So good point. Good point. It just always seems like a really easy stage. I like these effects that with the cards glowing seem to be kind of more, a little bit more animated. Looks pretty cool. All right, so I've got to take a 2 damage hit and a 1 damage hit. I don't really have a lot to do objective-wise, so maybe this would be a good place to start having my stalwart characters take a little bit. Nobody can do 4 damage. So I'll have Arwen. I mean, I do need to get this gentleman out. So we'll work on him a little bit.
We must stand together.
Ooh. Another spider. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to die. I just need to figure out... Okay, so Gloin should definitely go after this guy because... Well, we'll have Grimbjorn. Because that'll kill him. Ooh, but he also took damage back. I should have had Gimli do that. Or Gloin do that. I had Grimbjorn do it. That's okay. I can heal him back up. Okay, so now I got to try to do as much damage as I can. This guy especially, because he's going to heal everybody.
Klein, at your service.
Oh, that's right. He does 4. That's okay. So we could force snare the spiders of Mirkwood. Too many choices. Yeah, let's do it. Spiders of Mirkwood. You're done. And then I've also got another exhaust left. And then I should be able to finish off one of these other guys.
Eowyn I am, Eamond's
So I might only have to deal with one damage.
I will give you.
There is much still to be learned.
So I don't really need to heal everybody. Plus it's possible I could get Gandalf out. Okay. So I need to heal Grimbjorn. Oh, he has block too, so he doesn't... I should be blocking with him. Okay. So we'll start off with Tom. Now we've only got 1 damage. We'll have Grimbjorn take care of this guy, which he blocks the damage. King Spider. Man, he does a lot of damage too. But we got the Mirkwood Water for him. No! Cancel the event. Oof, so Sauron got a big hit. But that's okay, he kind of attacked who I was going to defend with anyway. So thank you, Sauron. So Gloin can attack this guy because he has extra damage because of Sting. You just have to defeat 1 enemy now. But I also really want to get this guy.
Through knowledge, all is revealed.
You must make room to add this character.
Trouble?
Willow. You tear into the concerningly large cocoon, much to your disappointment, but not to his. The cocoon contains not Bilbo, but Beorning by the name of Willow. Alright, so this is great. He does so much damage.
Trouble?
Oh, and he's got Stalwart? Man. This guy's just brutal.
Trouble? I can help with that.
Quest complete. Auto
The lady
win.
and her brood are gathered at the edge of their lair. A band of orcs and goblins have emerged from the trees. Some heave empty wagons. Others carry torches. A huge orc trumps to stand before the lady.
Oh, the moon is full, Spidey. Uthak comes to collect.
He snarls. The lady chitters at her lieutenants who rush back into the webs. The spiders soon return with web-wrapped cocoons, depositing them in front of the orc captain. Goblins rush to gather the cocoons, loading them into carts. As the last cocoons are loaded, a hooded goblin begins screeching at Uthak, pointing to a parchment full of hash marks. Uthak glares at the yelling goblin for a moment, and blinks and pivots back to the lady.
We won short, Leggy.
The orc's grainy voice is mild, but laced with promise of violence.
Cold masters don't like swords. Uthok don't like swords. We had deal.
After recovering, Will Elk thanks you profusely. Over the past few months, he tells you, a number of tribesmen have gone mysteriously absent. He suspects they've fallen prey to similar circumstances, but offers no explanation as to why the great spiders have suddenly become so daring. Afraid to return home through the forest alone, Will Elk offers to join you, and suggests which direction the spiders were taking him. Somewhere under the never-ending trees before you, An old hobbit awaits rescue, or doom.
Alright, quest complete. So it might be worth playing, even though I didn't notice a whole lot of differences there. Playstyle bonus, adventure. I didn't notice a whole lot of differences in that first quest, but it has been a while since I played it. Ooh, look at that. They must have just added these in. So I do get some honeycomb added to my card pool. I guess I'm definitely glad I replayed this. And here we have the quest challenges again. Play 6 event cards for each player. Wow, I didn't play 6 events, huh? I think I would have if he hadn't canceled those. That's kind of cool. 7 characters to play at the same time. Sting, defeat 6 enemies. Yeah, these are really great achievements that would be fun to do. And then what I'd like to know is if you're in the main menu, can you look at... Ooh, resolve 10 objectives. Rewards. Let's see. Okay. So you actually get some... oh, this is what I was hoping for. Quest challenges. Play 6... I wish it would tell you which ones you have not done yet. So the nice thing is that the quests also have now the challenges that you can complete. And so I kind of have to... I wish it would kind of gray out the ones that you haven't done yet. I do need to... So they also give you a listing of who's completed the quest, which of your heroes you've used. So it gives you an incentive to go back and play each quest with each hero. And then you also get completion rewards based on your first, second, third. And then the fourth is just... And from that point on is just a extra fellowship. Which is cool. I mean, I definitely think they're making the replayability for me. It's really incentivizing my replayability, whereas normally I wouldn't replay a whole lot once I've completed and seen the story. But it's kind of cool to do those extra rewards. Not a lot of changes in that first quest, but I'll be kind of excited to... I think I selected adventure level difficulty. I'm pretty sure I did. So next we'll be taking a look at Shadow's Reach in the City of Webs. I think I'll save that one for next time, kind of stop out at this point. But we'll be continuing the preview next week. I think I'm going to just go ahead and kind of play through everything that's available here just to kind of get caught up. And then before we switch and take a look at any other games. But so far that's it for this week. We will be playing this weekend on Table Flippin' Games. Now's a great time to join in because we're actually going to be previewing. We finished our Pandemic Legacy campaign really at a high level. I was really surprised how well we did. And then we'll be taking a look at some possibilities for our next campaign starting this Saturday. So there'll be some really cool games to check out. Got a bunch of really new ones. I've got one that I'm really excited about trying that I've been waiting for someone to put a mod on Tabletop Simulator, and it's finally on there, even though it's been out for a little while. So lots of really cool things to take a look at in the next couple weeks. We'll be trying all those out, and then I'll be back here next Tuesday playing some more Lord of the Rings for the foreseeable future. Getting through this Shadow's Reach quest, replaying, seeing what's revised. But definitely a lot of UI improvements and effects improvements. It's just starting to come together, I feel like, and look really polished and really neat, really fun to play. So I'm excited to see everything that's going on change-wise. It's been a lot of fun. All right, so until then, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.